My name is Anita, and I am you. Well, obviously, I'm not you in a literal sense because I'm standing here and you're sitting wherever you're sitting. But my speech topic actually fit in perfectly with today's theme because I believe that we are all bound together. There are common experiences that we all share. For instance, we all are the product of two parents. My dad happened to be born in Niagara Falls, New York. My mom in Little Rock, Arkansas. Somehow or another, they met and married in Shreveport, Louisiana, which is where I was born. Another thing that we all have in common is that a lot of us, most of us, have siblings. I have one sister, Nancy, who is a year older than me. And although we're very close in age and very close in many ways, we also are very different in many ways. People used to say that we looked like twins when we were little girls, and one of the things that my mom and dad used to love to make us do is when friends would come over to the house to visit our parents, Nancy and I would have to stand up there and sing, "Sisters, sisters, there were never such devoted sisters," which I hated. So sometimes we have to do things that we don't want to do, and that's something else that we all have in common. I was moved to Michigan by my family when I was only 3 years old, and we all have to deal with change. When you're 3, that change doesn't seem like such a big deal, but I'm sure it was a pretty big deal for my mom, who had to leave her mother, her sister, and her 3 brothers in Louisiana. But it was fun as a child going back to visit, because the culture in Louisiana is quite a bit different than the culture in Michigan. And one of my most favorite experiences to remember is going down there at Christmas time, and instead of being up here in the snow, standing outside in my bare feet, shooting off firecrackers. Was my first experience with shooting off firecrackers too, so I guess that was one of the reasons why I remembered it so well. We all have dreams and goals. I loved school growing up, and when I was in elementary school, I decided I wanted to be a teacher. That was my dream. And I converted that dream into a goal by keeping my focus. And that's how our dreams turn into goals, is by focusing on those dreams. So even though not very many people in my family had a college education, I did what it took. I got the student loans, which took me forever to pay off. I got the scholarships, and I went to Central Michigan University for 2 years, and then I got married, which kind of took me off track for a while. I finished my degree at Oakland University, and I did become a teacher. I taught for 2 years at Baldwin Elementary School, 5th and 6th grade, which I loved dearly, but there was another dream, another goal I had in my life, and that was to be a mom. So when my first child was born, I gave up my career in teaching and was a stay-at-home mom for 7 years, which I also love dearly. I have a daughter, Julie, who is right around your, well, a little younger than you. She's 36. She'll turn 37 this year. I have a son, Darian, who now goes by his middle name, Nick, who is 33. I have 2 wonderful grandchildren, Addison, who is 7, and Zachary, who is 5, and they are absolutely the love of my life. So if you've had children, if you've had siblings, those are all things that you also share in common with me. I believe that we are all branches of the same tree, and that's the tree called humanity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anita. I've got one question I'd like to ask. One of the evaluators that was supposed to be here for Ryan is not here today, and Ryan is not here, so I'm going to try to fill that role. Barb, would you be able to evaluate me, please?
My pleasure.
Thanks, Barb. Appreciate that. As you know, as a Toastmaster, it's sometimes difficult to try to put the things together at the last minute, and we're not on the clock yet, please. So,
I'm not. We'll have your 10 minutes.